Chelsea Flower Show is the event for me of the year. Beautiful greenhouses. Very, very expensive, but so beautiful.
Chelsea Flower Show is really good for people that want to get a bit of inspiration for their garden. It sets the bar of like really high level gardening.
So we planted all these daffodils, hoping that we'd have an amazing display this year, but I think we planted them too late. We might have to wait until next year to see what.
It's happening! We are on our way to Chelsea Flower Show. Chelsea Flower Show is the event for me of the year. When I came to England, one of the things I had in my bucket list was go to Chelsea Flower Show and also go to Wimbledon. I haven't done Wimbledon yet, but the Chelsea, I've been doing it for 3 years now. It's basically a lot of small garden setups.
It's one of the biggest gardening events of the year.
It's the best.
Yeah,
you know?
150 years I think it's been going for.
Yeah, a long time.
It's quite a prestigious event. Queen Elizabeth, she visited 50 times during her reign, which is insane. People come from all over the world to see these stands.
Normally they are for like people, they are extremely wealthy if you want to have that garden from that designer made in your house. But for us and for many people, you know, you can get inspired by plants put together by this water feature next to these, and then you can sort of like make it your own when you go at home. So it's great for combination.
But there are also new ones that have been happening over the past few years to do with mental well-being and getting out in the garden and how it can improve your health and stuff like that, and like planting for your health, which is quite nice, really.
Yeah, and for wildlife, I think there's like more and more now we've been more conscious about trying to do planting schemes that encourages nature, you know, these around us, and it's not anymore about putting pesticides everywhere.
Yeah, we tend to keep it along in the orchards because I think it's just quite nice, isn't it?
It's not only nice, it really helps because basically what it does is like it gets the pollinators to go into like that sort of like flowers that is in the orchard, and then therefore they go into the trees that we have got the fruit trees, so the crops are bigger and better. So in the Dower House garden, this is the orchard part, and we left the grass in a section grow. This for two reasons. We kind of want to do some sort of meadow underneath the orchard. It's very important for pollinators, so basically there isn't any flowers, you know, if you let the grass grow, then the crop in the trees is much more abundant. But also, I want to make it pretty because that is what I love, right? So we have seen that around this area, the grass is so dense, so thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw this seed. This is called yellow rattle. This is a parasitic type of plant that what it does, it feeds out of the grass, so it weakens it. You can see one piece has been already kind of mowed, the other piece hasn't been mowed. I'm going to scarify these, scatter some yellow rattle, and then I will do it in the next. I'm hoping that we can do this. Let's see if something grows. I will probably do some bulbs, you know, as well to make it nice and pretty for the spring, and then have got something different. But I want to make sure that attracts a lot of pollinators, a lot of bees, but it still has got this kind of like countryside feel. It's going to be a bit of a long process. I do want to have chickens again at some point. We had chickens before, they had such a great life, and then a fox came and had them all. Also, I really would have bees. I have to research a bit more about that. I love Chelsea because it inspires us to do more gardens.
It inspires more just to do more gardens.
I love the combinations. I love that sometimes there's like really clever things. We get to meet new brands. Actually, there are some brands of products that we buy or we work with.
We also get to meet our friends that we don't ever see.
Yes.
Like once a year where we're like, hey.
I feel Chelsea is like when everyone goes to Chelsea and it's just like, oh, you know a lot of people, isn't it? Every year we're like, oh my God, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
We are looking nice and clean. We got our sunglasses because it's sunny. I even got my hat. This year I'm just
I
like,
always feel a little bit of imposter syndrome though, because we're like amateur gardeners, and all these people that go are like these pros.
they are real gardeners.
So, and we're like asking them questions like, why does that yew tree die? And stuff like that.
You're gonna see probably a different way of seeing Chelsea because we have got quite a big social media account. We are invited on the Monday, which Monday is basically something called press day. So they invite few people, and especially just to film without being so many people, so then we are able to film and see things without the crowds. However, we're going to as well be on the Tuesday, which is when people kind of comes, and then the vibe is really cool. I'm so excited. But yeah, I just cannot wait to show you everything that we see. You know, I hope we get to see new products as well. They could work great for us, and just put on my wish list for Christmas.
Usually we take the train, because the train's about an hour and 10 minutes from where we live to London, but we were last second and they ended up being really expensive, so we're like, okay, let's just drive down because it'll be much cheaper. So it's 2 hours drive, which is never fun on the roads around London because they're always so busy.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take us as a tiny holiday, and yeah, you know, let's feel that we're like free of dust. We're gonna get inspired from work that other people have done.
We got invited to the Bridgerton Garden tomorrow night. There's like an event on there, but we just can't tear ourselves away from working on the houses for that long.
Yeah.
So we had to decline, which is really sad because we love
we love the show
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. We made it. Honestly, we cut it so short.
We had 2 minutes left.
We had 2 minutes. There's so much traffic in here, but here we are. Yay. You can see a lot of behind the scenes.
Controlled wilderness, you know, so controlled by having like a boundary that stops it from growing over.
Yeah, I mean this one is very pretty, and it's got the water. Water always makes a difference.
And a big ass window.
Yeah,
And a
exactly.
little teepee.
They're supposed to be just for press. There's a lot of press. Every year kind of gets bigger and bigger, better and better. But the day as well is incredible. My hat is not straight. Chelsea Flower Show is all about, like, you know, every year you can see sort of the design is starting to adapt to the unfortunate climate change. So they're using more like designs with more drought-proof plants. It doesn't require to water as much. And now is more and more the ways of how to water without actually using the tap water. So rainwater that you collect and then you reuse that. Parasol, brilliant.
This garden's all about water retention.
I love that.
Yeah.
We need water, we need more water stuff.
Chelsea Flower Show is really good for people that want to get a bit of inspiration for their garden. It sets the bar of like really high level gardening, but you can take little elements of that away with you and make it happen in your garden.
Beautiful greenhouses. Very, very expensive, but so beautiful. It's very similar to what we have, not with this lovely staging, but with pots. I'm in the greenhouse, in the Dower House, and I took these cuttings of hydrangeas a few weeks back. It's winter now. I don't want to plant them outside just because I want to give it a good chance. So what I'm going to do temporarily, I'm going to basically plot them in here because there's more soil. So I'm hoping they will do better until the spring, which is where I will plant them where they should go. You could as well do it in pots. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I will remember to be watering the pots as much as if I've got here when I remember it holds the moisture longer. So I'm going to put them in a row here, and that is just literally temporarily until I put them in a few months in where they should go. I've not seen how much roots they should have, but I mean, you can feel like they're quite strong, so look at that. How lovely is this? New plants for free, and this is just from cutting the hydrangeas. It's just a new place. Look at that. How lovely is this? Isn't this amazing? It's really nice. They all planted, and then now I just want to make sure we're watering them well. Got lots of plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 plants. That's amazing. Good. They say that a garden always tells a story. We were very excited to see the Bridgerton garden. It tells the story of Penelope Featherington, who transforms from a wallflower-like character to a confident and commanding presence. So far, are you enjoying it? Yeah. There is 2 days of gardens.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But you need to kind of spot famous people. I will really spot for you.
I don't know famous people.
Mary Berry? What about Mary Berry?
Well, I know her because she makes nice cakes.
Did you like to be inside the Bridgerton garden?
It was pretty. It was very pretty.
You know what I love though? I love when someone actually the person that has designed the garden explains the
the
story
concept
behind it,
yeah.
because then it makes more sense and you like it more.
Yeah, definitely.
So next up, we're gonna go to the stand of Gardena. Now we have worked with Gardena for years and years and years. We love their products.
So this is where we get our irrigation system from. It's the same sort of setup.
Just talk to the camera.
That was all I wanted to say.
You can also make your own slug nematodes in a bucket. It's a bit smelly, but it does work.
The smell of this is just insane, honestly. Oh, I wish I could show the smell. Oh my god, it smells so good. Seeing these amazing roses at Chelsea makes us proudly think of one of the very first gardens that we created in the main estate, which is our rose garden. It was a summer project where we transformed, with a lot of hard work, an area that was overgrown with weeds and brambles into the most magical rose garden with over 100 roses. Every year that I go, I get inspired by the water features. I like to hear the water. We haven't got that at the Dower House yet. We have got one in here that we made. And it's just really nice. I think it makes the space more peaceful. I love the little detail here of how they put the chart to display it, and they put like a tiny thing. I think we will have to do that in our garden. So I've been wanting one of these cloches for a very long time. They are British made, a little bit of brass, all of this is cast iron. It's Victorian inspired and very good quality. Basically, you just lift it up, it's quite heavy. They have sent us the cloche gardening. So basically, it's how do you supposed to use it? Because a lot of people like me buy it because it's beautiful, but have no idea what to do with it. So this is gonna come handy.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's more gorgeous.
This is my thing.
We got these beautiful cast iron cloches last year, and we haven't used them yet. We're so reluctant because we didn't want to get them dirty, but
We're going to use them for the beans and the peas. So we're going to hopefully, I know it's a little bit early, but hopefully these cloches will help keep them warm if there's a frost. And then as soon as they're a certain size, we just take the cloches away and let them grow up the vine. So yeah, but they look so cute. And we've got another one over there as well. Yeah, it's tricky because of the things. Pretty!
They're so gorgeous.
Aren't they pretty?
This is what I love from London. Look at this. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Look at, I feel like I'm from the country that it's the first time in the city, but everything is very, very pretty.
So many people, it's stressing me out.
Okay, this is day 2 of Chelsea Flower Show. Today the weather is a bit cooler and it's going to be busy because today is open to the public, so...
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's open to RHS.
I've been telling Dean to do a lot of content today and to show you, because otherwise I'm the one excited with the garden, so it's only me doing it.
These are the products we use across all our gardens, don't we? They're such good quality. This one we use all the time, and this one, as well as in the longer version.
I think what is funny is like every person has got different favorites, because your favorite tools are different than mine.
Yeah. Well, I do the heavy duty gardening and you just do the frilly things, don't you? So,
Just like this one, the flower.
yeah, the one that cuts like the lightest of leaves. But this one's really good as well. So you add a little attachment on and you just squeeze.
I love the shapes of these. If we ever have a garden in Spain, I think that will be the vibe I will go for. I absolutely adore, look at the seating area. I love that. I just feel like, you know, when you see these, like, our gardens are not as good. Touch it again?
No, I don't think I'm allowed to.
Don't touch them. It's amazing. I love this wall. It's gonna leave different vibe of a living wall, isn't it? Sedum.
Borgia is looking at structures for our working gardens. They're much better than what we've used just from things we've got in the shed. But this is quite a clever idea. It's just a pole with hooks on. And the string lines will help guide the plants up. Borgia with his coffee as always. 7th coffee today. Borgia's wanting to plant some of these within the orchard.
Yes, Damasias. I'm just thinking that would be really nice. And I think we'll go for like blues instead of like, you know.
Okay, but for that price, mate.
I wonder on size now.
I know that.
And then
Just gorgeous.
They're just epic.
Look at that. This is the avatar. What is doing? It's so amazing. It's so clever, huh? Look at the trees, how they shaped. I absolutely love them. This is what I love about Chelsea and stuff, that it might be the one thing, you know, maybe you don't come back thinking like, I want to redo my whole garden because that takes a long time, but maybe this is the one plant that you kind of get to know there. You go there, you get inspired.
The daffodils. All these beautiful daffodils. And look, it's a gremlin, different one.
Is it pretty though?
No, it's not. It must be removed immediately. All these pretty flowers and Borgia in his painting stuff. They've done really weird this year. Like, look at this. How weird is this? Look at it, tiny, tiny, tiny daffodil.
I think we just haven't we haven't had the time to water them or look after them, and they've just been like, I'm gonna try to flower.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And we planted them so late. These have done amazing.
Now, I don't know if you remember the daffodils that were in the orchard that we thought would never bloom.
So we planted all these daffodils, hoping that would have an amazing display this year, but I think we planted them too late. We'll see, but I think we have, and we might have to wait until next year to see what they look like.
After planting the daffodils in the orchard, it was the end of January, we had a lot of wet, a lot of frost. I generally thought they rotted, they're not gonna make it.
So it's the end of spring in the greenhouse. Yeah, so this one doesn't match the rest, so I said to Borja, we don't want it. I'm sorry, but I just have to have matching stuff. We'll give it away. We'll do like a random plant in someone's garden.
Now we'll plant it around the lanes, I think.
Yeah, the daffodils are over in the greenhouse, which means it's time to do seeding.
But actually, I'm ready to show you this. Look at my these are hydrangea cuttings that I did last year, and I thought, oh my gosh, I put them here, they're totally dead. Look! And here's what I see, a tiny thing.
I mean, I was almost going to rip them out because they just look like sticks.
So I said, don't. You have to wait. And then I will plant them out on my hydrangea garden later this year when they have got a bit more green. It's so exciting.
Bye-bye daffodils. But there may still be more daffodils coming in the orchard. You just never know.
I said, well, I don't think that this year they will bloom. They will just maybe like have some leaves and that's it. Suddenly, I started to see these little things coming up and I was like, but then I saw the first flower and it was not the flower I ordered. It was white, which it was very pretty, but I was like, I swear I've ordered all the same species. It should be all yellow.
And there's these random ones that were like white.
So I said that to Dean and Dean was like, pull it then.
Anyone that knows me knows I'm very special. It's a nice word to say. I like all things in the one colour. And I said to Borja, we're not getting a variety of daffodils. I want one colour. Either go for yellow, go for white, whatever, just one colour. Well, they're a mixed variety. Yeah, I know.
What you do when you buy something that's wrong, that's a plant, and you've bought thousands of them, you can't exactly dig them up, can you?
No.
That's like painful. You know how long it took us to plant all these bulbs. And they're all mixed. Ooh, like they look wild. Who would like that? Anyway, I'm just gonna have to work with it, I guess.
It wasn't, no, there was two different varieties. Suddenly there was like, there's so many different varieties.
Random, yeah.
I now love it so much. I feel that it was one of these, it just happened. And I just feel it's very countryside.
Got some yellows coming up, but then we've got some whites over there. More whites, some yellows, some whites, some yellows. So, I don't know, I don't even know what that is. That's coming up like a totally different colour altogether.
The multicolour thing I would never have picked, but it's slightly growing on me now. Growing on me so much that there's only about 20 white and all the other thousands are yellow. But I feel like we need to go very mixed for next year. Add bulbs in that. I don't want more colours. I don't like the ones that are like an orange head and a yellow flower.
We got some of those, you haven't looked at them properly.
Okay, I don't like that one.
Okay, we can introduce some more white
Looks
ones.
like Ronald McDonald picked it. Yeah, so I think it's growing on me, I like it. So, but I wouldn't have picked it.
We have someone living in our working garden and he is eating our vegetables. How dare he?
I'm gonna have to name this pheasant. So it's one of those days, it's not raining, we are going to be working on the greenhouse, we want to start planning of what comes next, and we have now cut all of the daffodils, all the leaves, we're going to move them outside, we're going to pull all the bulbs, because we're going to replant that in the working gardens. I've got my pink helper here. We're gonna do the ones in the terracotta pots as well, and then start planning for what comes next. So this is very exciting for us.
You need to explain also that I know we're not supposed to cut the daffodils like this. I know we're going to have people say, you know, this is wrong. But we need the trough, okay? So we're going to have to hope that they survive.
It's hilarious because I literally explained that to him 5 minutes ago, and then
I'm
he
a
comes like
professional
the teacher. But yes, well done. You've like learned your lesson. So yes, so we know that we need to leave the leaves to take the energy for the bulb for the following year. But
we can't because we need the trough.
don't have time.
We could have made a second trough, but we don't want to.
Remove the bulbs, get them, keep them, plant them in the working gardens. So we removed like all of the leaves, and then now it's literally just pull them because it's just been very shallow. They're all gonna come up very easily.
So as we need the greenhouse for planting up, ready for all the summer crop, we are going to plant the rest of the bulbs that we used in there in the orchard, and they'll be used, well, they'll come out next year, hopefully. These daffodils are slowly coming out, but I just don't think they're going to put on a big display because we're a little bit late planting them. But at least next year we'll have even more because we're planting all these up as well. Removing the last lot of bulbs from the plant pots. We've already removed it from the trough, and we've already got our plants growing, lettuce, rockets, carrot, onion. And yeah, this is the start of the proper planting season now, where we get to start growing things, and it's produce, you know, we're gonna get vegetables and fruit and stuff like that, so.
I can't believe that the display has actually come up, and we're quite late in the season now for daffodils. Our ones on the front are over, the ones in the greenhouse are over, and these ones are still doing amazing.
And they make me happy. Every time I look at them, it's just like...
It looks nice. They flowered for such a long time, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. We've really enjoyed these daffodils for a long time, longer than you normally would. So whilst we have been going to Chelsea, working on the house, we've had something else that's been going on in the background that we haven't shared with you.
It's gonna change the way how we do things. We will be happy about it, but it's been a big journey. If you can imagine what it's gonna be, put it in the comments because I would love to see if anyone guesses. Subscribe and hit the alert button because next week is gonna change our lives.